The SCS Framework was launched at the Farnborough International Airshow 2022, so we thought ahead of the 2024 Airshow we'd find out what's been going on with it over the last 2 years. And I'm delighted to have with me from ADS, Harriet Wollerton. It's great to have you here. So give us a bit of a lay of the land to start with. What is the SCS Framework?
So the purpose of the SCS Framework was to pull together all the external facing programs that ADS manages, whether that's for our member companies or external companies, and put them in one place so people can easily find out if there's innovation funding available or tools or guidance they can use for ESG. And that is why we put it together. We've been developing it over the last 2 years. The ESG is the latest launch. And then going forward, we'll be developing it further with digital tools.
We'll come to ESG in a few moments to get an idea of what it is and why it matters to certain companies who might not be clear. But to start with, who is this available for? How do they get involved?
So if they just go to our website, if they search for Supply Chain Solutions ADS Group, they'll come to the pages. That will give them the information. And a lot of it is available to anyone, whether you're a member company or not. So the competitiveness funding, that's SC21 to those who are familiar with that programme, the innovation funding, the signposting to the ATI and others, the ESG tool that we'll talk about, and there is a digital guide in the digital pillar already. Those are all available to anyone. You don't have to be an ADS member. There are 3 of the pillars that are for ADS members, such as security vetting, financial guidance and others, but we're trying to make it as holistic as possible for the whole of the industry and support the supply chain.
And that's key, isn't it? Making it easily available and available to everyone as well, which is quite important moving forward. Now, we mentioned ESG. Why does it matter to companies? And what is it?
So it's looking at your environmental, social and governance. And we did originally call it sustainability. Trouble with sustainability is it means different things to different people. Is it about the environment or is it about sustaining your business? So we changed to ESG, which is a term that's very familiar to some, not so much to others. But the advantage of changing that is it covers the environmental, it covers the social aspects and it covers the governance aspects. If you're bidding into defence, you have to really be looking at ESG. It's very important. You do a social value question in your bid. That's 10% of your scores. So really understanding what your company's doing and what you're going to do is important for bidding, but also in terms of hiring people. Graduates are coming out of university, school leavers going to companies, and they want companies that are thinking about the environment and thinking about their communities. So it's really important for getting the best people, it's really important for being the best business you can, and it's important in terms of getting new business, building your business and winning contracts.
Is it only for the big companies, or is it available for all then?
It's available for everyone. The big companies will probably have teams of people working on this, and that's great, and they need teams of people because they're really massive organisations. But even a one-person SME should be looking at their environmental impact and how they can reduce their energy costs. It's beneficial to them and it's beneficial to the environment. So there are lots of things that everyone should be thinking about, and really examining what you're doing, measuring where you are today is going to be the best way of helping you learn and think about what you're going to do next. What is your 5-year plan?
And of course, 2 years on from the time it was launched back in 2022, the air show, it's a good time to remind people, isn't it, that they're back in the UK. It's 2 years on, it's another Farnborough International Air Show. So hopefully you get a good response from people coming up to you.
Absolutely. And people do come up to us. And that's one of the reasons why the sustainability pillar that we changed to the ESG pillar was one of the ones we first really put a lot of activity into. Because companies are coming to us saying, we want to do more, we want to understand where we're at, and we weren't able to give them anything. So this is a way of us giving them tools, giving them guidance, giving them advice, and telling them what to do next. That's really important. That's meeting our member needs, and it's also meeting the needs of the supply chain.
Yeah, it's fascinating, it's fantastic, and hopefully it'll be very profitable for all those that utilise it. Harriet, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.